Hey, good evening, guys. How you doing? This is Captain AJ with A&B Saltwater Ventures. Yesterday, I caught my best amberjack ever. It was 106 pounds. It was a citation that we had weighed at Eastern Outfitters here in North Carolina, and had a lot of feedback and a lot of questions on how to clean and cook that fish. A lot of worms. People know that they definitely have worms in them. Typically, we find the worms near the tail and the dorsal fin. And what we do, we cut those worms away, and then we focus on just the pure meat. What I'm going to show you right here, and how we marinate it, how we season it, how we prepare it, and it actually turns out pretty good. Okay, so we already have our amberjack cleaned. We have our seasonings that I chose. You can season with anything, Zatarans or any season all works really well. Our olive oil and our marinade. I'm going to take and refine these and clean these up a little bit more, and then I'm going to put them in a Ziploc bag with our marinade and our seasoning and let it sit for probably at least an hour. It might even be best to leave it overnight. We've done that, and it actually tastes, you can taste the difference. The longer you marinate it, the better it will be. And then we're going to take and put it on our Ninja grill, cook it at 500 degrees, and probably about 5 to 10 minutes total, and it should turn out pretty good. All right, so here we have our amberjack steaks. We've already cleaned them. As you can see, they're pretty much deboned. There's no bones. I took out the bloodline. All I'm going to do now is take and cut them to thinner pieces for them to allow them to cook more even on the grill. As you can see, it's just pure meat, no worms. We cut all the worms away, and as long as you take and focus on the core meat of the fish and get away from the tail and the dorsal side of the fish, you're not going to have as many worms. All right, so I've got my meat, that side cut down. I'm going to make these even fillets. Real pretty white meat. All right, so I filleted out my meat. I'm going to take and season it. However season it to taste, however you like. This is just a seasoning salt. I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil. Rub that in there, both sides. I'm going to take my Ziploc bag, drop them in there. I'll take my any kind of seasoning that works great. This is just something that my wife had in the pantry. Thank you. All right, so we got our meat in our Ziploc bag, and then just take any kind of marinade. This is just a ginger marinade with a little bit of orange juice, and it has a little bit of citrus in it, so it's going to break down that meat and give it a really good flavor. This is just something my wife had in the pantry, and I took it from there. Just going to take the whole thing, put it in here. Gonna get a little bit of air out of it, zip it up, take a napkin, wipe it down from the oil from my hands and stuff, put it in the refrigerator and let it sit for 1 to 2 hours. The longer the better. All right, so this is another fillet that I took and cut it down to about 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch steaks. I'm gonna take in, I'm not gonna marinate this. I took in, put a little bit of olive oil on it, rubbed it in really well. I'm actually gonna use some of this Magic. It's a blackening season. And I'm just gonna coat it really good. And we're just gonna try this without marinating and then kind of compare the fish and see, which one's better. All right, now the grill is ready for the fish. I'm gonna take and place our meat evenly spaced in the grill. This grill automatically sets the timer for 10 minutes. So what I like to do, I will take and flip the fish every 5 minutes. I'll check them at 2 minutes, but typically this size of a fillet, I can cook it for 5 minutes, turn it over, cook it for the other 5 minutes, and it's completely cooked, but still, juicy and flaky. All right, so we're looking at about 5 minutes. Go ahead and pull it up and check them. That smells delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and flip them over. You see how white and flaky they are? Really pretty meat. Go ahead and close it, and the timer will pick back up, and I'll cook it for about another 5 minutes. So the timer's almost up. I'm gonna go ahead and check them. Going to rip it apart, kind of look and see, how that meat's turning out. It should be just like a white flaky meat. All right, smells delicious. I'm going to snack on that and let these finish off.
Snack on that.
Got a piece of this. That is delicious. And if you don't want to eat them, throw them back. We'll keep catching them, eating them. All right, that's our finished amberjack. All I did was season these with some blackened seasoning, put a little bit of olive oil on them, threw them in the grill, and let them grill for about roughly 9 minutes, and turned out really well. It tastes great, and it's super easy to do. That doesn't take a whole lot of work really to do it. Biggest thing is just process it. When you clean the fish, you got to fillet the fish, get the worms away, and just focus on the pure meat, the clean meat, get that bloodline out of there, just like any other fish that you would cook. And it turns out great. Highly recommend it. A little bit of yum yum sauce. Grilled amberjack. That's some good stuff. Pretty good. All right, so I just pulled out my amberjack that we had marinated in the refrigerator. I also got a couple slices of pineapple I'm going to throw on there when I throw it in the grill. So the seasoned amberjack with the blackening season turned out pretty decent. And so I'm going to try this. This should even be better because it's been processed and marinated, and should have a really good flavor. So we'll try it. I'm going to put it on the grill, see how it turns out. I'll probably cook these about 8 minutes. Really, I'm gonna probably do like 4 minutes each side. The amberjack that I cooked earlier, in the very center of it, it was still like a little overcooked. And I like my fish a little bit undercooked. Okay, so it's been about 4 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and take and flip these over. Pineapple smells really good. Flip them over. I'm gonna let them cook another 4 minutes and then see how it turns out. All right, so it's been about another 4 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and check them, flip them over. They smell delicious. Smell like that ginger marinated we put on there. Pineapple's added a really good flavor to it as well. So pretty white, flaky. I'm not going to cook him any longer. If I cook him any longer, it might overcook him a little bit. And overcooked fish is the worst. About as bad as an overcooked steak. Yeah, it turned out really nice. Well, there you have it. That's our marinated amberjack. Put a little bit of pineapple on there as well. Put a little bit of yum yum sauce. Stuff is great for all kinds of fish. Do a little taste test. That's pretty good. I do like that better than the other one. I think the biggest reason is because I cooked this one 2 minutes less than the other two. It's pretty good. I highly doubt most people would even know that's amberjack. Well guys, that's how we prepare our amberjack. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and maybe you give it a shot. There's a lot of them out there in the ocean. They're pretty easy to catch too, and not to mention they're a lot of fun to catch. And hopefully you'll catch one bigger than the one I caught the other day. Good luck on the water, tight lines, and God bless.